everyone, and welcome to the commentary. To the don't forget to give a little thumbs up, subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. Okay, so today on the docket we have Family Karma Season 3, Episode 12, Holy Moly. Okay, this was filler and fluff for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm. They're pissing me off right about now because I just want to see the wedding and have the season over with.
I mean, you're not wrong. There was not much. There was not much to this. Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And but I do want to talk about one major thing. So we've been getting some comments about Nicholas, and like some people think we're mean to Nicholas. It's like it's not that we're mean. I just
Oh,
personally
that's
don't
who
care
that
for
was
him.
referring to?
It was
Wait,
still
that's
filler
who they
anyway,
were
but I
referring to?
did.
Because I only saw one comment.
Yeah, it
Because
was
there was
like
one comment
there's
that
the
just
way.
said, "You're mean."
I think we've had other comments like, "Oh, we're not fair to Nicholas," and I get that to a degree. So, why I
Uh-huh.
do want to talk about that, that's something I noticed. I did notice.
I do
Okay,
remember. Yeah, I do remember. I do remember. Sorry. Go
so
ahead.
and I like I said, I get it. Okay, so I'm gonna skew this for the more pro Nicholas people. Here's my
Mm-hmm.
whole thing. When we give
Mm-hmm.
like when we hear a lot of advice given to like women, right, entering marriage, one of the
Mm-hmm.
main things they tell women not to do is to not stop working.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that is it creates a very harsh power dynamic
Imbalance.
within a
Yeah, an
relationship,
imbalance
right?
in the power. Mm-hmm.
And I'm bringing this out because of what I saw in the trailer. That's where this is mostly coming from. I saw something from Emery I did not like. But going
Mm-hmm.
back to the timeline of their situation, right? Nicholas is the one who moved and left his family and friends in Chicago to move to Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one. And to be fair, someone said that, well, maybe they had a conversation. Fair enough. So maybe Nicholas and Amr had a conversation about Nicholas quitting his job. Okay, fair enough. I don't think someone will quit their job within a relationship without telling the other person having a conversation. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt there. You move to Miami, no family, no real friends. Then you give up your job, okay, which makes you financially dependent on Amrit. Then you guys move into a new townhome.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Amrit gets his promotion to partner. He's worked hard for it. Great job. Congratulations,
Mm-hmm.
Amrit. All of these things have happened pre-marriage. Nicholas is pretty much, unless his name is actually on the townhouse,
Mm-hmm.
he's walking into the marriage with like no financial assets. And if this
Mm-hmm.
were a woman doing this, we would be up and down. Do not do that. Get everything in writing. We would give her all sorts of advice, and that's not
Mm-hmm.
happening with Nicholas. So when I saw the preview where Nicholas was trying to get his point across to um, Amrit about his parents' involvement, I get it, I understand it. But when I saw Amrit snap at him the way he did, I'm like, see, that's the problem. That part of the relationship is starting to show where I'm just reading into this from my perspective. Armin feels like, you know what, you're not paying for anything, so why are you having an opinion right now? Why can't you just go with the flow?
But don't forget, there's an even bigger added stress. Remember, Amrit said now that he's partner, he has to go out and hustle for
Mm-hmm.
clients so that he can get paid. So there's a different salary dynamic going on. Like he's not
Mm-hmm.
getting paid a set salary as
Right.
a basic lawyer at the firm. He's now partner, so he's got to pull his own weight. And I'm sure it can't be at the best time because you're buying real estate, you're planning a wedding. Um y- I hope he has investments. I'm sure he does, but how
Oh,
many
yeah,
of them
sure.
can he touch? He's got his little side businesses with Vishal, but money's going out, but that regular salary ain't coming back in no more.
Right.
So it takes time to build up a clientele. What is he floating on? And don't
Mm-hmm.
tell me this show neither, because they live in balling lives. So I agree with you, Jamal. If this was a woman, we'd be saying the same thing. Nicholas, in my opinion, is just giving up his part, his say in the relationship.
And that's the
He
thing, and that's what
is.
made me think about it. I'm like, okay, let me go back and let me take it from a Nicholas perspective. And when I did that, like, do I like the way he's handling things? No, but he's I the way he's acting, he feels trapped and cornered. Like he has to defend his position on every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that the problem with that is last year Lavina said, like, um, I want this kind of wedding for Amrit. He deserves it. He's our boy. And he was
Mm-hmm.
flat said she wanted at least a 3 day event.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew right then and there what you were dealing with. And
But,
then the dad said, like, I'm just gonna write the check.
mm-hmm.
We good over
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah.
So I understand him fighting for his say so, but at the end of the day, you put yourself in this very bad position, like
But here's the thing,
extremely
though.
bad decision.
I'm going to talk about this from the planning perspective.
Oh yeah.
I have been on the other side of this where you are planning a multi-denominational interfaith event. You can have the 3 day spectacle of the Indian wedding. You could also incorporate a Christian ceremony in that. You can. I've had plenty of brides who are bride and groom are different culturally, especially with the Indian ceremonies.
Hmm.
And they do the Indian ceremony early in the morning between 10 and 11 o'clock, and that lasts for a few hours. They break in, they have lunch, and then they come back at 5 or 5:30, and they do a non-denominational Christian type of like traditional wedding that you and I are used to, where it's like,
Okay.
do you take this to be that? I do, done, kiss, yay. And it's just another event, but it
Okay.
satisfies both persons in this relationship and their respective partners, and it takes less than 20 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
where I have a difficulty with not only Nicholas but also production, because they might be guiding him in this, is that this isn't a big deal. You
Gotcha.
can still have your type of wedding, what you grew up wanting, much like how, I don't know if Amrit grew up wanting it, but his parents, what they wanted for him. um you could incorporate both. It's 30 minutes, and it doesn't take
Hmm.
that much because it's just not just a ceremony, but you understand what I mean. It's not
Right.
something like the reception where you are going balls to the wall with decor and all of this stuff, like how they had at Vishal and Risha's wedding, right?
Hmm.
You could incorporate, if it is that important to you, you could incorporate that. But instead you're making
Right.
a big deal about pitching whole, just like pushing in, I wanted to say vows in our ceremony, and so we had to put it in the Indian one. Okay, if you chose to go that way, but you could have did it like Indian weddings are full of multiple events. They don't care about adding another event. It's another opportunity to have food and drink and hook up with, not hook up, but meet the families. It's not a big deal. And that's why I just find, like, to me it feels like production is pushing it on Nicholas to complain about this, and it's just not necessary during a stressful period. It could have been an opportunity to have another event. I'm just sorry. Make money for the event planning people. It's just stupid. It's nothing to fight about. And your parents not wanting to be on TV, that's nothing to fight about either. Just blur out their faces. Didn't we see that
Yep.
on My Big Fat Fabulous Life?
Yes.
Or
Hmm.
just or edit or set up camera angles so that we never see them. They could be sitting in the front row and we would never know. So I just think it's ridiculous. I agree with you with regards to Nicholas forfeiting his power in this relationship. And whether you're making 5 cents or 5 million, it's
Mhm.
still a contribution. And you
Exactly.
forfeited that. And you're opening yourself up for Amrit to come back and say, well, you ain't contribute a dime to this, bitch. I'll be damned if I let a
No,
man tell me that.
that's 100% though. That's absolutely 100%. And he put that. That's why I just go back and say, like, I do feel for you. And like I said, if this were a woman, the girl, don't do it, no. But he put himself in this position as a very bad position to be financially dependent on anyone. Because I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. Because as we've seen in like other reality TV shows, stuff like that, someone can say they'll take care of you for the rest of their life or whatever, whatever. But when they
Yup.
when they get tired of you and sick of you, if they want you gone, they'll get rid of you, and
Lenny
you
and
have
Lisa.
nothing.
Lenny and Lisa. Lenny and Lisa with that messed up prenup.
Hmm.
That's a excellent example right there.
So yeah, do I care for Nicholas the way he's handling things? No, but to not take a step back and look at the full scope, you have to understand his position a little bit, but also you take into account that he put himself there, and I don't really think he thought this all the way through because you're the one giving up everything to fit into his world. That's the choice you made, and I don't begrudge him that, but I do feel like when you are the person making these life choices to leave what you have behind, you always have to think of yourself first, and he just I don't think he thought this through clearly. I just really don't. And I think in his mind, oh, Ahmed's gonna take care of me. Ahmed's my future husband. He would never treat me wrong or do me dirty. But
Lisa.
as we're starting to see things play out and the
Mm-hmm.
cracks in the relationship, Nicholas, no, start working again.
But here's the thing, though. Maybe we're not. Look, this is what's making me think that it is production driven to give
Hmm.
them some sort of drama for the
Right.
season. We don't know his financial standing. We don't know if he
Right.
comes from wealth. We don't know if he's like done great investments. We just know that he was doing online teaching.
Hmm.
That's all we know. But based on what they've shown us, it's
Right.
concerning.
That's the thing. We can only go by what they see and
Mm-hmm.
make educated opinions on what we've seen. Um, when I say educated, I mean like this is what they've shown us. This is where logical thinking takes us,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of it does seem like production driven when you start looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to also look at the fact that at how you can see the tensions, you can see the cracks, you can see the issues.
But that
Yeah,
happens in the run up to a wedding for any couple, though.
right. But I'm taking into account of the financial situation and how it's laid, the time and how it lays out, and it's just not good.
Mm-hmm. It is. Well, look. Oh, what is going on at work, Jamal? What is happening?
Oh, there's a blender going on right now, unfortunately. So sorry about
Oh,
that. Yeah,
no.
I make exploding stuff.
But everybody's okay. Like you don't have to leave or something. It's not an alarm.
No, oh no, it's not an
Okay.
alarm. Luckily, now
Okay.
see, if I were at another location, that could happen.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the alarms could
All
go
right.
off, and you could hear, please, please exit the building. Do not take the elevators. Please use the stairwell. Yeah, you could at another location. You could hear that. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, guys, just, have a little patience with us. I know it's a little distracting, but we are at work. And we're just getting together because these are our favorite shows and we just want to have a little chat about them. All right. So, what happened in this episode? Brian, what is going on with Brian? Brian can't keep his mouth shut. He is the worst bone carrier I think I've ever seen.
With Brian, he runs it back right away though. That's like
Did you
he
see
can.
Vishal was right behind him when he was telling her?
And here's the whole thing though. Here's my whole thing. When yeah, does Brian run his mouth? Yeah, he does. But my thing is, Brian wouldn't have anything to run back if y'all weren't talking shit. Start the
True.
source. Start the source. Start the
Yep.
source. And I love Anisha. She's like, if y'all was really concerned, you would come talk to me about it. And she's like, they're not concerned about my relationship. I'm like, oops. Anisha just clocking it. It's true.
Yep. She
Like
was
if I'm
like, how about stay out of my relationship? How about stay out of Monica relationship? Focus on your own.
100%. And here's the thing with Brian. Brian doesn't mean to be messy. He genuinely is just like, look, Anisha's my good friend. We're like we become like really close. I'm not gonna keep this from her. And here's my whole thing. My closest
Mhm.
friend. If someone's talking about him and he's not there, yes, I'm going to run that back. If we're that kind of friends, because here's what's going to
Mhm.
happen. If I didn't run it back to them and tell them, and they heard from somebody else, they be like, "Well, Jamal was there. He said he knew." They gonna come back to me like, why didn't you tell me?" So
Mm.
good job. Because what the story would have been like, oh, Brian and Vishal and myself and Nicholas, we were just talking about your relationship, and Anisha went to Brian like, why didn't you tell me? Just like to
Mhm.
have a situation with Monica.
Mhm.
Brian with Tarish instead of going to her.
But wait a minute. What'd you think about what Vishal said? Why can't we meet this boyfriend? Well, wait. We didn't meet her last boyfriend, so this is following pattern. What? She was in a relationship with 10, 12 years with that other one and they never met
Yeah.
him? Was that when she was living in New York or something?
Yeah. Remember, she lived in New York like that whole time, and then came back.
But she never brought the guy down to Miami to meet her parents or nothing?
I
That's
guess not.
weird. You don't think that's weird? Like your friend of 20 years is seeing somebody for 10 or 12 of those years that you've known her and you've never met that person?
To me that is weird. Like they never came down to visit, nothing like that. That
I
is
find
odd.
yeah, that's really weird. Like, is Vishal telling the truth?
And then my thing is, and your parents name your and my whole thing is your parents name came up to New York to visit you. They never went up to visit you. Never.
Well, we don't know if her parents never met him. Vishal said that the friend group never met him.
Again, y'all never went up there to visit her.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I'm just saying,
Anisha is sneaky.
y'all never went up there to visit her at all. Like if y'all are good for the 20 years, I'm gonna come see you maybe at least once a year.
Yeah,
That's
New
12
York. That's a
that's 12
great location.
opportunities. That's 12
Hmm.
opportunities you'll have at least 12 opportunities you'll have to meet him.
That's really strange. But
Mm,
anywho, Vishal and Risha actually get married.
don't care.
Amrit marries them. She had a cute little dress though. Um,
Hmm.
I didn't really care, but yay,
Mm.
congratulations, Opa. Um, they had the holy celebration. Oh my God, Bally's mother. I don't want to go to Holly because I don't want to get dirty. I was like, what? Okay. What else happened during this episode?
Let's see. Um, Monica and Rish. They just like that storyline is not really a storyline to me. He's not proposing anytime soon. Let it go.
Oh my
He's
God, the
not.
gondola. What a fucking waste of time. Ugh. I'm so sick of those two. I totally blanked that out of my memory for this episode. It was such a waste of episode. They really have nothing to show on this show. Just
Nah.
hurry up and end the season.
And then, like, what did you
Um,
think about Bobby's mom telling her that she needs to
to go.
move? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, you need to go. You need to
You need to move
go
in
there.
with your boyfriend up in Tennessee, and you can come back and visit. Get out of my house. You and all of your shit. Get out of my house. You 40 something years old, Bali. Sort of. I don't know. Maybe she is. I don't know how old she is. Sorry. But you old enough.
Hmm. And O'Malley's been your rock through all. He's like he stayed with you getting thrown out your house. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, he's been the one that's been there for you, and it was interesting that like her mom just said, you know what? I think she's from Kathmandu. She said, right? I believe that's what she said, and she had never
No,
been to.
she was it was it that she was like thinking about somebody from Kathmandu and somebody drove her around and said, "This is it, one street done," something
Okay,
like that. I don't know.
I knew I misunderstood. I'm like Kathmandu. That's interesting. And she's like, I've never been there or something. Or she said
Hmm.
she had never been somewhere before. They drove around. She's like, I was okay. I was okay. And to me that was just hilarious. And that's just the way their culture is. Like it's prearranged marriages. Like we check each other out. We may have like a dinner and a glass of sparkling cider, and we decided no, okay, we going for it. And I think in their minds, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that complicated. This is just what you do. And I get it. I do get it.
Right. Well, it's not like this is Bally's first or would be Bally's first marriage. She's on. If she marries O'Malley, it will be number 3.
Yeah.
Just get it over with. Get out of my house. Get it over with. Like I feel like she want. Not, I know I'm saying it really harsh. Get out of my house, but I feel she wants to see her daughter settled. I feel like
Hmm.
she sees Bally adrift. And I
Yes.
feel like she's like, you've got a good man here. What are you
Hmm.
waiting for? Are you waiting for somebody else to snap him up? Like, you need to make a decision. Shit or get off the pot. That's when I hear Bally's mom talk, that's what I'm what's coming across to me. Like you being up in my house at your big old age, it not that it doesn't look good, but I feel like I'm giving you the excuse to not make a decision. You
Hmm.
need to move on with your life. Like let go what you and the ex-husband had. You had to get rid of the house. Let go whatever arrangement y'all had. The arrangement now is that he's paying for the girls' college. Okay, let it go and just go and snap up O'Malley. If they think he's great, if she thinks he's great, what is the holdup?
I agree. And I think they don't want her to let this situation keep her from a good man.
Or let somebody else come and snap up a good man.
Hmm.
Because that's what Bally's doing. The longer she's away,
Hmm.
I mean, she's lucky that he stayed interested with her hardly ever being up there. And you said, oh, he's stuck with her through all of these things. Has he though? Has he?
He's been there through like a long time. Like they've been together for like what, a good chunk of years.
Right, but you're living in different states.
Hmm.
I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. With long distance relationships, it is very easy to disconnect. I know
Hmm.
I did all the time.
Stop it.
I did. You know, can you be there emotionally and physically? No. No, that takes effort. And I didn't have it to give. Just saying. Um I just wonder at that relationship. That's all. I just wonder. What else happened on this show? Nothing. The thing for next week, the preview for next week, I am going to reserve comment, but based on how they edited it, I feel like I am not going to be happy next week.
I'll go with that. But you know, yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that one because we need to see full context, but because the way they showed it, I
Mhm.
did not like it.
Mhm. Mhm. But anywho, that I don't have anything else to say about this episode.
Me neither.
Okay. So if we don't get a wedding soon, like, I'm just going to be pissed. I don't care about anything that's going on with anybody other than Anisha, Avni. Y'all doing Avni wrong. Because all I saw of her was her saying hi to somebody at Holly, and that was it. Like, I don't care about anything else. I'm sorry. This season has tried my patience with this show. Um, that was it for me.
No, I feel the same way, and it's because they're doing exactly what you said they would do. They had nothing in the middle,
Yeah.
so this is what we get. So I'm not too upset, but it is what it is at this point.
Okay. Just wanted to give a shout out to Yanni, who hit us up in the chat. She is in Singapore. Enjoy your vacation, girl. Enjoy your vacation. We will see you on the replay crew. Jamal, any final thoughts on this show?
No, we are good to go.
Awesome. Join us at the top of the hour
Oops,
for,
you see,
huh?
Yanni, she doesn't really love him or see him as a real partner. Either that, or she's holding up to try to force him to move. Bollywood never moved to Kentucky. Yanni said it's boring.
Oh. Oh my God. Well, look, I'm kind of agreeing with Yanni. It's just ridiculous. There's something else going on there. There's a missing puzzle piece. We'll figure it out when we figure it out. All right, guys. Join us at the top of the hour, where we're gonna do MILF's Manor,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. All right, y'all. Join us then. Bring your notes so we could go through this dumpster fire yet again. All right, Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.